So for me, parang staying on top of the game is really parang kang athlete, di ba? Na pag nag-basketball ka, hindi mo pwedeng iniisip yung problema mo sa bahay pag nasa court ka. Or hindi mo pwedeng iniisip yung utang mo sa Meralco pag nasa court ka. Di ba? Ang iisipin mo lang, or even if I have a lot of athlete friends na may injury, ang sakit ng balakang, ang sakit ng tuhod. But during the game, ang nasa isip lang nila, I have to win this. Okay. Ako, ang una sigurong tatanungin ko dito is, of course, si Andy, no? Andy, you know, pag sinabi kasing shark, Andy the shark, no? Syempre, we're talking about really being on top of the real estate game. So, para sa'yo, what does it really mean to be on top of the real estate game?
I don't know, because I don't think of myself as being on top. Because if you see yourself, parang I have a lot of idols. I have a lot of, actually, meron nga dyan, 6 months pa lang, but I admire them. Meron pa nga dyan, 25 years old, who's been in the business for the past 2 years, but I admire them, and they're very successful. So, mahirap if you think na you're on top, because once you start having that mentality, you will no longer improve. Because if you have that that illusion that you're on top, oh, I'm on top, so that means there's nowhere else to go. This is actually also the reason why I try to. That's also the reason why I join organizations like, for example, the Rotary Club of Makati or the Philippine Chamber. When you're there, I mean, you see a lot of really big people. So, alam mo kagad na, huy, you're just a tiny player there. So there's a lot more to learn. So the key, and a lot of people maybe think that way, na I'm on top, but I don't want to think that way, because otherwise there will be no other way for me to go but down. Diba?
I like what Andy said, Jam, na sabi niya na we shouldn't always think na, oh, ito na ako, I'm already on top of my game. Dapat there's always room for improvement and to get better. What about you, Mr. Garing? What do you think of this? I mean, you have mentored so many real estate professionals in the Philippines and even overseas. Ano po para sa inyo ang ibig sabihin ng to be on top of the real estate game?
I agree with Andy, no? Talagang you do not put yourself na you are on top. Kaya nga yung Samsung, ang kanilang slogan, no, ang kanilang corporate culture, they always think of number 2. Hindi talaga number 1, kasi masyadong complacent na pagka number 1 eh. That's why they always think of themselves as always number 2. Para there is always room, di ba? Still excellence in progress. That's why yun talaga naging principle nila eh. And another principle nila, tama si inabot ni Andy, no? You put always, as a part of their corporate culture, they put the Samsung in crisis. Kahit di pa sila crisis, they always put themselves in crisis para hindi complacent. Laging nagtutulungan pagka during crisis. And third, just to mention their 3 corporate culture, yung kanilang obsession sa quality. And I remember when nung ang Samsung nagpumasok sa mga cellphone industry, and since maganda yung background nila sa mga television at ibang appliances, nung pumasok sila, talagang ang pangit ng quality. So yung chairman, what he did, kinuha niya, ni-recall ang lahat ng Samsung cellphone. Tapos naggawa lang sila ng general meeting. And in front of all employees, sinunog lahat ng na-recall. At sinabi niya, I don't want to create again another thing like this. No? Doon mo makikita talaga yung obsession nila. Now, when it comes to quality, when it comes to humility, di ba, kahit number 1 na sila, tinalo na nila halos itong Apple, still, they always think of number 2. And of course, para may teamwork, unity, and cooperation, they put the organization always on crisis mode. Para nagtutulungan. So, yun lang ang
Well
masishare
said.
ko. Why
Lovely.
we don't put ourselves, sabi nga natin we don't put success above our heart. Kasi pag
Yeah.
pumasok your heart, pag pumasok, that's the start of the problem.
Okay. Wow, that's I think that's really a good way of putting it, no, Mr. Gary. Ako naman po, if I may just inject a different feel to it, no. Ako kasi nung sinabi na okay, staying on top of the real estate game, parang sa akin naman ang tingin ko doon, yes, I will still open myself to some room for improvement, but when I'm in the game, I have to give it my all. I have to give my 100%. I have to be prepared with my collaterals. I have to be prepared with my presentations. I have to be prepared physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually when I face my client. So for me, parang staying on top of the game is really parang kang athlete, di ba? Na pag nag-basketball ka, hindi mo pwedeng iniisip yung problema mo sa bahay pag nasa court ka. Or hindi mo pwedeng iniisip yung utang mo sa Meralco pag nasa court ka. Di ba? Ang iisipin mo lang, or even if I have a lot of athlete friends na may injury, ang sakit ng balakang, ang sakit ng tuhod. But during the game, ang nasa isip lang nila, I have to win this.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Meeting of the Champions. I'd like to invite you again to our every Tuesday masterclass for professional salesperson, and every Thursday is a masterclass for our sales trainer and manager. You want to master the 5 core competence. Number 1, to have the profile of a Filipino sales champion. Number 2, to learn and master the proven words that creates impact in terms of your sales process. Number 3, you will learn to master the professional selling skills from prospecting, qualifying, and closing. And of course, the most important thing, to develop the habits of the champion. So join us every Tuesday and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's free, but again, you have to pay your attention. So thank you, see you, and welcome to the Meeting of the Champions.